Thank you for staying tuned to Building a Better Life here on Smooth 88.1. And we're going to continue talking about words and reading and literacy and just the impact that words can make in your life. Welcome to the show for me, Onicka Daniel, who is an author and an educator and someone whose life itself is a living example of the power of words. Welcome back to the show, Onicka.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
You know, each time I have you on the show, it just seems like you have something new to share. Your life and your world just continues to grow and to blossom. And in each new endeavor, you're still giving back to others. And so I want to commend you for having that spirit of giving back, through your work.
Thank you so much.
And we also have with us John Sneed, who is the Academy coach at Kecoughtan High School. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
We're going to talk to you, too, because we're going to find out about what's going on at Kecoughtan and how it relates to Onicka's book, The Holiday Boys.
Yes,
so, Onicka, tell us about The Holiday Boys.
Well, basically, the Holiday Boys book series is a creation of teachable lessons for children. We teach lessons about love, friendship, facing your fears, family, a little touch of bullying, just any topic that is not taught in school. Those are the topics that we touch on in our book series.
And what's the genesis for this book series? How did you start writing? And how did you move from actually the idea of writing to actually becoming a published author? A lot of people have an idea, but it never moves forward. Tell us about what you found to be your keys to success in moving your idea forward.
Well, my keys to success were my support system. That is one of the main things. A lot of people can try to do it by themselves, but when you have a good team behind you, that makes all the difference. And God first, of course. Mm-hmm. So basically, I started writing, as you know, while I was in my abusive relationship. And one day, God woke me up with the idea, The Holiday Boys. Mm-hmm. So basically, that turned into what it is today. Like you already know, both of my sons were born on holidays, April Fool's and Halloween. So that's how the Holiday Boys began, and I used writing as a coping skill to deal with my relationship. I would fantasize about what life should be like with myself and my children. Mm-hmm. So once I was able to leave that relationship, thank you, Jesus, I finally decided, after going to one of my girlfriend's book signings. Mm-hmm. And then I met a lady named Alesha Brown, who is my editor and mentor at this point, and she's a wonderful woman. Please, if you're interested in writing, Alesha Brown is the person. Mm-hmm. So I met up with her, and she is the person, or one of the people, part of my team now, mm-hmm. who have helped us to build the Holiday Boys into what they are today.
A series.
Yes.
You must be proud of how this idea, this concept, yes. Has really grown.
So proud. So proud.
And then the next stage for this series, and I use the word stage, how interesting, because your book is going to the stage.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So back to Alesha Brown, she invited me to a career fair several months ago. And a woman named Tracy Bourne approached our table, and we were discussing our books and how as an author you can actually have a career. Mm-hmm. So she told us about a program that she had developed. She and her the other faculty had developed a program where they're going to turn local authors' books into stage plays. Mm-hmm. So, of course, I told her my story, and I donated my whole book series to her. Uh-huh. And then several months later, I got a call from Ms. Shonya saying that my book, along with another person's book, was selected to become a stage play.
How exciting. How exciting.
Yes.
Being at the right place at the right time. Amen. And being prepared.
Yes.
Being prepared to accept the blessing that was coming your way.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So the stage play, will it include the whole series, or will it focus on one book?
The stage play is going to be The Holiday Boys and the Tall Man and The Holiday Boys Naked and Friend. Okay. Those two books.
And again, tell us about those two so the audience will have an idea of why they need to come out and see that production?
Well, The Tall Man, that's basically about facing your fears. So a lot of times adults have problems facing their fears and difficulty.
Absolutely.
I know me, for a long time, I was in a relationship for 13 years. It was hard. So touching on that topic, I've gotten such a huge response, a positive response. And you know what? I love this book as much as my child did. And then as far as a new friend, bullying is going on a lot these days. So that book talks about, it's a touch of bullying, but it's also a light side. But both of the books, the whole series actually, in the back of each book there's a teachable lesson. A lot of times kids have difficulty talking about how they feel. So once they read the book, they open up, and it becomes a dialogue between a teacher and a child, or a parent and a child, a mentor and a child.
And that's so important,
Yes.
because children need those positive role models and influences in their life. And I love the idea of a new friend, because I know one of the challenges sometimes is also helping your young people choose the right friends.
Yes.
And so does this book address that in any way? You know, how to stay away from the bad influences?
It does. It talks about how to become a trustworthy person. Because in order to have a friend, you have to be a friend. So it talks about building relationships, and if you have trouble, who can you call? Who can you trust? Is there anybody in your life that you can trust if you feel scared, or if someone's hurting you or bullying you?
Those are really things that a lot of young people, well, as well as adults, as you said, you know, are coping with. Because just because you're an adult doesn't mean that you don't need help with something.
Yes.
And I love what Robin Roberts used to say when she was going through her battle with cancer. You know, you may not have cancer, but everybody has something that they're dealing with. And so finding help, you know, to be able to overcome is really the key. And books are often that way to find those answers and to find those solutions to whatever it is you may be dealing with.
Yes.
So with this stage play, you know, now I'm thinking Tyler Perry stage play, you know, maybe movies are coming next. And
I receive it.
Absolutely. You should, because it can happen. And I think that's part of the message here.
Yes.
It's about taking a step and moving forward, and then being prepared to take on whatever other opportunities may come your way. So what do you see coming next? What would you like to happen?
Well, at the beginning of this journey, I envisioned the Holiday Boys turning into a movie or a cartoon series, something along the lines of Curious George, teachable lessons, you know, quality.
Right. And that's what's missing. That's what's missing a lot. We got a lot of stuff out there.
Yes, we do.
But most of it, you're trying to pull your kids away from it because it's just not worthy material.
Yeah.
John, what are you seeing as a high school academy coach these days?
Well, we are certainly excited about all that's going on with the academies in Hampton. They're not just programs that we're implementing, but it's a transformation of the way that we do high school. And we're doing that in 3 ways. Number one is we're transforming teaching and learning by teaching through the lens of the academy. There are 4 academies at Kickstand High School, and there are 4 at each of the other 3 high schools in Hampton City Schools. And so one thing that has been missing in education is relevance to the real world. Sometimes you're sitting in English class, or you're sitting in science class, and you're wondering,
or math
class, why do we have to learn this? That's always the question. Why do we have to learn this? So teaching through the lens of whatever academy, performing arts here, as we're talking about today, and implementing that relevance to why you need to learn this, it just sparks a different level of engagement with the students. And definitely, if you're sitting in English class, you're just reading a book to read a book. You know, some students may not see that as being fun and engaging, but when you have the opportunity to use your imagination to change it into something that you've created, it just brings a whole different level of relevance and excitement for learning.
And it can take you places that you've never been.
Right.
You know, as you said, using your imagination, you can explore, you can really go on journeys through your books
Right.
that
Exactly.
you may never go in, physically.
Definitely
So,
Definitely so.
books are just wonderful. Now, I was really happy to see this focus on the performing arts.
Yes, ma'am.
Because a lot of times those areas are forgotten.
Right.
Right. As we transition so much to a focus on STEM and STEAM.
Mm-hmm.
So I applaud this as being just a part of the Academies of Hampton.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Now, how do students become a part of the Academies? Do they make a selection at a certain grade level, and then they participate throughout the rest of their high school career?
Well, during their 9th grade year, they take a class called Success 101. Success 101 is all about the student. And during that year, we participate in field trips. We have guest speakers come into the classroom. We have other exploratory activities in and outside the classroom. So the students see all that goes into all of the academies. And so during that 9th grade year, they have the opportunity to pick an academy at any one of 4 high schools. They're not just bound to their home school or their zone school. They can go to any one of the 4 high schools without having to fill out extra applications or anything. They just elect to go. And students this year made their top 4 choices. And 97%, I believe it is, of the students received their very first choice. So students are being placed where they want to be, and it's just having a great deal of improvement on school climate, student attendance, student grades. Just holistically is creating better students.
And when you think about it, it just makes so much sense. Because students are choosing where they want to go and what they want to do. I mean, they have a mind of their own.
Correct.
And so if you're able to capture that in an academic environment that's going to help them to learn, it just makes sense.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
not being so rigid. The old days was rigid. This is what you had to do. This is the school you had to go to, and you had no options. So
That's right.
this is very exciting. I wish I could go back to high school there.
I do too.
Now, we've just been joined in the studio by some high school students, and so introduce yourselves and tell us what you're learning about this play and why you're excited about being a part of this play coming to your school.
Hi, I am Jaira Tucker. Hi, I am Jaira Tucker. Hello, my name is Zakiya George, and we are both sophomores at Kikatan High School.
And are you going to be first-time performers, or tell us about your role with the Holiday Boys?
No, ma'am, this is not my first time. I've actually done multiple plays, and in the play Make a New Friend, I will be Chloe, which is the friend that he makes.
Oh, great. That's exciting. So you're a seasoned performer.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what about you? Jaira, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I will be actually working on the book Tall Man, and I will actually be the mom who helps them figure out what's going on and why are they scared, and help them to not be scared and face their fears.
Great. Well, that is so exciting. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
I know the play will be a success.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
And we have a few more students with us. Come on in and introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name is Howard Johnson.
And my name is Emmanuel Redmond.
And tell us your grade and your roles in the play.
I'm in 10th grade, and so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be a small role actor for the Makes a New Friend one. I'm going to be the bully, sort of harasses the kid inside that one.
Oh, so you're going to be the protagonist.
No, I think that's called antagonist. I might be wrong. But anyways, what I'm going to be doing is mainly just help building the set, and the colors, the lights, and then paint in the background and all that sort of stuff.
Great. And your role?
I'm basically going to be helping write the script for both screenplays. And I'll also, as he is, helping with the sets and stuff, and will be a small actor as well.
So there are lots of opportunities, not just on the stage, but also behind the scenes.
Yes, ma'am.
To really get a well-rounded experience in the performing arts. Now, have both of you been involved previously?
This is actually my first time helping in anything theatrical, so far as screenplay writing, acting, set making, all of that.
Great, great. And what made you decide to do this?
Well, I come from a very artistic family, so like mom's a dancer, my dad's a drummer, all of that. So I guess it was more one of those, I don't really see myself doing anything else.
Great, great. And tell us about we were just talking about the Academies of Hampton. Why did you choose Kecoughtan?
I chose Kecoughtan mainly because I was attracted to the show choir at Kecoughtan, Harbor Lights. So seeing that they also had the Performing Arts Academy, I thought, why not kill two birds with one stone?
Smart thinking, smart thinking. Well, John, I know you're proud of all of the young people who are a part of the Academies of Hampton. And Onicka, I know you're excited about this. Tell us about when these shows will begin and how people can obtain tickets to the performances.
The show will be June 1st.
Okay.
The show will be June 1st at Kecoughtan High School.
And so, and Kecoughtan High School.
At 10 a.m.
At 10 a.m.?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a Saturday.
Oh, and it's no cost.
No cost. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. But if people want more information, is there a website or a place to go for information about it? I'm sure they could go to the school website for information about events and programs that are taking place
so
at
the
the school.
Kecoughtan High School website is the best place to find all information related to not only performing arts, but Kecoughtan as a school.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
Great, great. So, John, if you could sum up what bringing this play means to Kecoughtan, what would you say?
Well, we definitely, with the Academy model, pride ourselves on our relationships with our business partners. And having Ms. Daniels' book just come to life, once again, just adds a different level to the students' engagement. And it also builds a long-time relationship with Ms. Daniel and anything that might progress from here. So we're excited not only about the play, but just about the budding relationship that we'll have with Ms. Daniel and other business partners as well. Yes,
Absolutely. And you have at least 2 more books that
right.
you'll be able to turn into
That's
performances.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
Onicka, we said in the first segment that you're going to be a part of the upcoming book fair of the National Black Child Development Institute.
Yes, I'm so excited. Yes.
So tell us about your role in that.
Well, basically, I am the first featured author of that organization's partnership with Barnes & Noble. So that in itself is a blessing and an honor, and I'm so thankful for that opportunity.
Great, great. Again, it goes to your point, John, about partnership and building business relationships. And I love how you shared that the opportunity for the play really began with you being at a career fair and someone coming to your table and just dropping some pearls of wisdom on you that you were able to pick up and to run with.
Yes.
If someone has just joined us, I want you to know that we're having a very exciting conversation this afternoon with Onicka J. Daniel, who is a mother of 3, a survivor of domestic violence, and the author of the Holiday Boys book series. This is a creation of teachable moments for children. Onicka received a Bachelor of Arts degree right here at Hampton University and has earned a Master of Public Relations degree from Strayer University. So you're back at your home by the sea this morning.
Yes, ma'am.
A lot of people will probably, wonder why, why this book series, why this was selected. And I know John has talked about trying to make relevancy as part of the teaching model for children today. And how when you're talking with them and teaching them about topics that are very real, it relates to them so much more. But for you, why is this part of your journey so important?
Well, it just lets me know that God has his hand on my life. And I don't want to get emotional. But it's more confirmation for me that I'm going in the right direction. Every move that I make has already been set in stone by him. And that just tells me that I'm following his lead. And that's what I want to do.
And you're being obedient. You know, I
Yes.
think we've all learned
Yes.
as children,
Yeah.
you know, especially if we grew up in a church family,
Yes.
you know, the importance of obedience and being guided,
Yes.
you know, by the Holy Spirit and the difference that that can make,
Yes.
you know, in your life.
Yes.
And so we're seeing that because, again, you're all over the place now
Thank you so
with
much.
so many things that are happening as a result of you telling your story and in the process of telling your story, helping other people.
Yes, ma'am.
We talked about the power of words at the beginning of the show. How have words really been a key to your success?
Oh, just the ability to finally share my story because I was in that relationship for 13 years. So that's 13 years of being quiet. That's over 4,700 days of being quiet. That's a lot of days.
And so finding your voice.
Yeah, finding my voice and finally not being embarrassed or ashamed. Because a lot of the times when we're in that, we are embarrassed and ashamed and we don't want to tell our friends or our family. It's embarrassing. It's humiliating. So now that I've been able to share my story, I've been able to meet wonderful people, been able to be placed in wonderful places. It's just a blessing. I'm just thankful.
Great. That is you've said it all right there. You've said it all.
Yeah.
And John, tell us a little bit about your background. We talked about Onicka's background, but tell us about your journey to Kecoughtan High School.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I've been an educator with Hampton City Schools for the past 8 years.
You look so young.
Thank you. This is actually my first year as an academy coach. I taught health and PE prior to becoming an academy coach. I'm also in school right now at Old Dominion, the graduate program, getting my degree in educational leadership.
Oh, great.
And so future superintendent.
Oh,
right?
absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely,
Change maker, yes,
absolutely.
ma'am.
Well, you have a great role model in the Hampton superintendent right now,
Definitely
and
so, yes,
Newport
ma'am.
News has a great superintendent as well. So, you know, it's wonderful to see African American males who have a passion for education.
Yes, ma'am.
Because we need you desperately,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
in our schools and helping our young people to chart out a path for themselves.
Most definitely so.
Now, you're a native of this area?
I'm from Chesapeake, Virginia, born and raised, and currently still there. Yes, ma'am.
Great,
Yes, ma'am.
great. And again, it's wonderful how people are positioned, you know, to work together to bring the skill sets that they have, you know, all towards a common purpose. And presenting this stage play is not only a blessing for the author, but for the students who have an opportunity to participate, as well as those who come on Saturday, June 1st at 10 a.m. to Kecoughtan High School
Yes, ma'am.
to be a part of this wonderful, wonderful production. Thank you, Onicka, for being on the show again. I think this is your third or fourth time.
Yes, thank you so much for keeping me here.
Well, you always, you know, bring us good information. And John, it was nice meeting you. I hope you'll
Nice
come
meeting
back
you,
and
sir.
talk some more about the Academies of Hampton.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely so.
Please stay tuned. After some announcements, we'll be back to share some upcoming events in Hampton Roads.